the name, now come see the face. The cards are shuffled, we've set the pace. This ain't no friendly neighborhood game. This is the Syndicate, we don't play the same. They say they've got skills, they say they've got fire, but we built this table, raised it high. So call your crew and bring your best. It's multi-table mayhem, forget the rest. We don't fear the numbers, we don't flinch at the crowd. We rise in the silence, we strike loud and proud. Stack for stack, play by play, we'll be waiting at the end of the day. So rally the room, light the fuse, but just know this, we don't lose. Try your luck in the lion's lair. Come take on the Syndicate if you dare.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Syndicate's Open House. Live. Right here on YouTube. On the Syndicate's Poker channel. PokerNow channel. Whatever you want to call it. We're playing live at PokerNow.club. A free-to-play poker site. Completely free. No money involved whatsoever. It's just a free roll, as they call it. We've got a whole handful of players sitting out here tonight, as we have challengers from all parts of poker now ready to take on the Syndicate Poker Club in this live streamed broadcast of the Syndicate's Open House. Kind of introduce you to some of the players that we have from the Syndicate tonight. We have Daniel Biscuit, 4 King Ace Hole, Casely, Biggie Large Fool, Boss, Invix, also known as Indigo, Leary Alice, Molly Mary, Jam Rock and Roll, Freak Child, Millie. They're all in the house for tonight's game. So we've definitely got a full house on this open house as we shuffle up and deal this first hand. 3 tables gone. We're only going to be able to showcase 2 at the moment for you. But we will check back with all the players as we roll in through the game, and we'll be throwing you some music that you probably didn't really want to hear. Table 2 is getting moving right off the bat, so let's go check out what's going on over there, where we've got Lexappeal, Invix, 3, one of the challengers, Leary Alice, Molly Mary, and Boss. So this is pretty much a Syndicate table sitting over here. Syndicate going to beat each other up over here, it looks like. As we've got a 3, Queen, 4. That's a rainbowed flop right there. 1 of each suit. Everybody's kind of hanging out for this one. Boss will go $1.20. Leary Alice will call it. Boy, I just got a little bit, whatever that was there with my voice again. Invix goes up over the top with $9.45. They'll take Lex out. 7 of clubs comes on the turn. Boss checking it over to Invix. Goes only 400 this time. And that'll be enough to take Vix out of there, or Boss out of there. Invix had queens there against Boss's pocket 10s. Lexappeal using the Casely, or the Casely. We have a Casely on the tables. The Casey Mills avatar there. That is not Lexappeal. That is Casey Mills, just to let everybody know. And if Lex wins a hand, you'll get to see that animate. I don't remember what that one does. All I know is that the animation gets really happy and silly. So anyway, 5-3 Queen, 5-3 King, with an ace on the turn coming on this hand. Everybody but 3 is in on this one. Ace of clubs comes on the turn. Invix goes for 100. And Invix will take that one down with 2 pair aces over 5s. So there we go. That's what's going on over at table 2. Let's go take a peek at table 1 over here. We just missed Daniel Biscuit there with he's known for his avatars that he throws up from time to time depending on what's going on the hand. Who do we have at this table? I'm not sure how to pronounce that one with the U there, sitting down at the bottom of the screen there. We got Jam Rock and Roll, Forking Ace Hole, Jevlis, I believe, NPC, all sitting at this table here with a 7 Jack 9. That's another rainbow. Apparently I'm bringing rainbows with the broadcast tonight. Got a Queen of Spades comes on the turn. And an 8 of Diamonds. That'll be checked over to NPC, who has a check raise option here. Going to go for 300, which will get, we'll just call you a Yui because I cannot pronounce that to save my life. That got him out of there, so he will take that one down as we head off into another hand here. Blind's currently at 10:20 to start. They will be going up here very shortly in about 3.5 minutes here on the Syndicate's Open House. Free roll tournament being played over at PokerNow, pokernow.club. We'll give you a little information on that here shortly. As well as a little bit more information on the Syndicate. And also a little bit about one of their upcoming series that we want to let you all know about here as well. But this is the second time they're throwing the doors wide open and inviting players from all over PokerNow to play some free poker and join the Syndicate in this free roll event. Tonight's free roll starts you off with 10,000 in chips. We're well beyond that at this point, as we see a nice wet board, as we call it there. Jack, Ace, King, 2 diamonds out there. Ace of diamonds being one of them. Oh, fuck the script. We're not even going to stick to that tonight. We'll just we'll go back to it every once in a while. We got too much action going on here. 8 of Hearts comes on the turn here between Daniel Biscuit and Forking Ace Hole. Forking Ace Hole going 640. And Daniel Biscuit going over the top. Forking Ace Hole will call that one with an ace on the river. They will both check it out, and Daniel will take a straight. Forking Ace Hole's kings did not king up there in that particular hand. Yui has gone away at the moment. Quite a few challengers that are sitting here at the tables. We will do our best to get you guys over to table 3 here momentarily. Let's head back over to table 2, see what's going on with Lex, Boss, Lyrialis, and 3. Boss will fold out. King clubs coming on the turn. And a 9 of diamonds on the river. Larry Alice going 395. That'll be enough to get everybody out of that one. Does not show the cards. Larry Alice, a little secretive tonight. The Syndicate, known for their, shall we say, over the top over the topness. I don't know how you would pronounce that. Or anyway, uh, going big or go large, go big, go home with the Syndicate. Out to prove tonight that they are what they say they are, as they host Open House, inviting all challengers tonight. All of the games are pretty much streamed from the Syndicate, which you can find on our YouTube channel here, where you're watching right now. The Syndicate on PokerNow on YouTube. Always giving the players a little bit of 15 minutes of fame, so to speak, with player profiles. In which Boss was taking quite a long time on that one. We got Boss, Molly Mary, and Leary Allison on this one. Molly Mary goes $1.20. Takes Leary Alice out. Boss thinking about it. And says no. Molly Mary will take that one down. We do not have the player profile for Molly Mary at the moment, but we do have Leary Alice, who hails just from Europe, but from the Netherlands area of Europe. Most annoyed by limpers. Had at the time a 13th overall sit and go ranking with PokerNow. Why it says that was season 5. That's an old graphic here, but her Syndicate overall ranking is 7th. With the Syndicate in their ongoing series for Player of the Year, as they have many series going on. They have 4 series currently running right now. An Omaha series, a couple of overnight series. No, one's an overnight series, which is the World Shift. They have the Secret Bounty going on the weekends, which is a Secret Bounty tournament. And then also they are doing a what they call a face-off tournament that is running as well, which is a heads-up tournament where it's a round-robin tournament. Everybody's playing each other, and then they go into a double elimination playoff. So the Syndicate definitely testing each other night after night, week after week, to become bigger and better players, in which you will find a lot more of that if you look into the PokerNow.club sit and goes over there at PokerNow.club, as a good portion of the Syndicate players are on that leaderboard of the top 70. So players to keep an eye out and keep looking out for sure. That's what happens there. Well, we will take a break from table 2. We will go back over to table 1, see what Daniel's up to here as he chit-chats about furniture stores. And we got 3 spades sitting on the board here right away as we tune in over here on table 1. The Syndicate Poker Club playing on PokerNow.club, a free-roll poker tournament. PokerNow.club is a free-to-play poker site, no money involved. No money needed even to sign up and play. You can enjoy everything for free, which is what it was pretty much designed for. So, although they do have premium subscription services, but no money is ever involved in any of this. It's all for free. As we see some of our challengers coming in with this one with a Jack 8-4 rainbowed on the board. We got Jevels, NPC, and Daniel Biscuit going at this one. Jevels in the action right now with Daniel's $1.20. There's a 30-minute late registration window open for this tournament. We'll see if we get any stragglers coming in. Got 8, 10, 10. And then a 7 of diamonds on the turn. NPC in the action. We'll go $1.20. Daniel going over the top, 560. NPC calls it with a queen of spades on the river. We're going to see what we can do about getting table 3 up here for you guys. How about in the interim, we will invite you into a few of the poker songs that they play with the Syndicate. And this one's called All In All Night, written based off of games that have been played in the PokerNow.club community. Be right back on the mic. See if we can get table 3 up for you guys.
Sat down with a stack, feeling just right. Read the whole table like a book last night. But then a guy in Crocs and a cowboy hat called my raise with 7 deuce. Imagine that. Flop comes down, not a pair in sight. He rivered a straight, said, I just playing for the vibes, alright. Just can't play right. They call with trash, hit the light. I'm losing chips to fools in flight. Luck's on vacation, skills out of sight. Still I'm all in all night. Hands like this all night. One last try. Got kings in the hole, fell 10 feet high. Big blind calls with a face full of fries. Flop strips with a 9. I don't know why. He said 9's my lucky number, dude. I tipped my hat and ordered comfort food. GTO solvers and charts. They study cartoons and follow their hearts. One guy said oops as he showed his hand. Flopped a full house with a beer in his pants. I cried inside but I kept my cool while the guy next to me played chess with a pool noodle. All in, all night. We're donkeys dancing, sharks lose fights. They hit their shots just for spite. I'm down to crumbs but still polite. If I go broke, at least I wrote this song. All in, all night. All
Well, there we go. All in all night. A little Syndicate music for you. We did get table 3 up, and we will go back to that here shortly as we get through this hand. However, at the moment, we are going to take a peek at the wonderful leaderboard. Perhaps. Perhaps not. And perhaps we will. There we go. There's your top 10 leaderboard. Actually, you're going to barely see number 11, Jevels, is sitting down there in 11th place. Right now, Daniel Biscuit is running the gambit in first place. A little bit over, who is that? Invix. Then followed by Day, who's over at table 3. Casely, who's over at table 3. And fourth, followed by Freak Child and Fit, Jam Rock and Roll in 6th. Flo, 3, Molly Mary, Larry Alice in 10th. Little peek into the leaderboard so you can see what's going on all the tables, and the whole field all is one as to what's happening out there. So, table 1, wrapping up this hand, and we will go take a peek at table 3. As soon as they wrap this one up, we don't want to leave this one mid-hand for you. By the way, if anybody out there is trying to type or talk in the YouTube, I'm not sure if our moderators are out there, so I do apologize in advance if nobody is responding back to you. Pair of jacks out there for NPC to take that one down for us. And let's go ahead and take a peek over at our, looks like a little bit shorter table, and it is table 3. Running with Flo, Casely, Day is on this table, one of the challengers as well. The Freak Child and Millie are all on this table. Actually, 3 of these, I believe all 3 of these Syndicate players are in the leaderboard. So, be interesting to see how everybody fares against the Syndicate, and we'll see what happens. Will the challengers take the Syndicate down, or will the Syndicate take the challengers down? We'll find out. The game's just getting started. We're still only at 30-60 on the blinds. As we see a 5-3 deuce. Boy, is that going to have some action behind it, I bet. Millie checks it over to Freak Child, who checks it over to Day. Day checks it over to Casely, who's going to go up 60. Minimum bet there. Millie will call it. Freak Child limps in. Day in the hot seat. Says no thank you. 7 of spades now on there. On the turn. Millie in the action. Freak Child checking it out. Day folds out. Casely thinking about it. And Casely goes $1.20. And that'll fold everybody out on that one as Casely takes a few more chips to her stack. And let's go back over to table 2, who we haven't checked out in a hot few minutes. Lex Appeal sporting the, I'm going to say it right, the Casey Lynn Mills avatar. Between going from a table with Case Lee on it and now over to KC's avatar with Boss Molly Mary Leary Alice and 3. $1.50 is to go here. Molly Mary will go in with King of Diamonds and then a 2 Jack of Spades. $2.50 from 3. Lex is thinking about it. Lex is out. Molly Mary says no, and 3 will take that, and we will not know what happened with that hand. As we move on to another one. Blinds will be going up here in a short minute and a half. As we wait for Boss Boss going up 200. Molly Mary, no. Leary Alice says, okie dokie. 6 of diamonds, jack of spades, 10 of hearts on the flop. And both players check it out for an ace of clubs on the turn. Leary Alice is going to check it over to Boss, who says 700. 7 to go from Boss. Leary Alice says no thank you, as Boss takes it with a pair of aces. The Syndicate, with their own poker club on PokerNow.club. You can check them out at SyndicatePokerClub.com. Player rosters, game stats, game listings, or whatever you want to call it, as well as special event listings, all that kind of stuff. The rosters are kind of interesting to look at and have fun with, as well as how to join the Syndicate, and all sorts of other good information there for you. So SyndicatePokerClub.com, being played live at PokerNow.club. Table 1, what's going on over there? Whole lot of nothing as we get into a new hand. Yui in the action, we'll call it. Got a queen 3-10. And that was about it for that. You blink and you miss it. Blinds are up to 5,100 in this free roll tournament. $18 registered players. There were about 21 players that were in on the sign-up list. And the open window for late registration will be closing here shortly, as we did actually end up having a player pop in just now over on table 3. And take a peek over at table 3. I'm not sure what that is. I am not sure at all what that is. If anybody can help me, let me know. Actually, you can't let me know because, like I said, I don't think our moderators are passing along any messages. So I apologize for that. But enjoy. We know you're out there. We appreciate you tuning in and watching the live stream of the Syndicate Open House being played at PokerNow.club, where you too can play for absolute free. Free poker with friends, the original tagline. Still is, I think. So, whoever that is, I think we'll just stick with whoever that is. Had to call Flo's 1140. And that will take out him, Freak, and Casely in the hot seat for the action here. Now, a lot of people out there watching our live streams are like, well, I've never seen it look like this before. What does that mean? I don't understand. Because a lot of people are out there used to this kind of format where you end up seeing everything in big blinds. And what that is basically that's how many chips you have in the form of blinds or hands you have left until you have 0 if you were to just run through and not play any hands and just get blinded out. That's how many hands or how many blinds you would be able to go through. So not necessarily how many hands. That's just how many blinds you'd be able to go through, and that would be called an orbit, which is that little white button you see there. That's the dealer button. That's where everything starts with the orbit. The dealer is the person who first deals the cards, starting from left to right, and then goes around the table, dealing out 2 cards to each player. And that's also where the blinds start, where the small blind is first to the left, and then next, and then left to that is the big blind. Forced bets that are put out before any cards are dealt out, kind of like an ante if you're familiar with that. For those of you that are not keen on blind systems, might know a little bit from the old days of ante, playing with your grandma and grandpa. In any case, the blinds are force bets, and then they go around the table. They get dealt their 2 cards, and then everybody has to either call the blind, raise the blind, or fold, or whatever. Normal poker action. Then the community cards come out, as they just did here. Anybody can use these 3 cards. In this case, a 4 and 9 of diamonds and a queen of spades. As Casely will bet 2 biggies, as they call it, 2 big blinds, with the 2 pair queens and nines. Then another round of betting would happen, and then another card would come out called the turn. That would be another community card. There would be another round of betting. And then there would be a final card, the river card. And everybody tries to make the best 5-card hand out of that with another final round of betting. And whoever has the best 5-card hand wins, unless everybody folds out. So that's kind of the quick and easy way of spouting that out as one guy can when we've got 400 things going on tonight. But we'll get back to table 2 here as I continue to babble for you. Syndicate Poker Club playing on PokerNow.club. You can join the fun yourself at PokerNow.club and check out the Syndicate at Syndicate Poker Club, SyndicatePokerClub.com. And the face of poker now being used as an avatar with table 2 here with Lex Appeal, who's we're waiting on Lex to do something here, but Lex Appeal with the Casey Lynn Mills, professional poker player who is the face of Poker Now, does the live streams for Poker Now themselves. You can check out theirs at their Poker Now, or at their Poker Now channel, their YouTube channel. You can look up Poker Now. You'll find probably Casey's face, as she is the host of their live streams, and they actually do live streams with celebrities and well-known people. And they're free rolls where they have prizes, which is cool. We don't do that here. We just challenge everybody to take us on the Syndicate. So there you go. 10-5, deuce 4. We got 2 spades, 2 diamonds on this board. Invix was on the under the gun on that one. Checked it over to Lex, who's going to bet the 420. Could be a pot smoking bet. Invix will check it over to Lex. Not sure what just happened here. Oh, we just checked it out. I'm sorry. Everything happened so fast we didn't see the animation there. Invix will take that one down. So we got 3 tables going on tonight. 18 total players now 19 players that we had join in on the action tonight on the Syndicate's Open House tournament. Most of the Syndicate stuff is within their own club, but they wanted to open it up so that everybody kind of take a peek at what the Syndicate does and say, hey, you guys want to come have some fun with us? Join up. Come find us at SyndicatePokerClub.com, right there. Let's go take a peek at some of our challengers over here at table number 3. And then we will come back on the mic here shortly with a little bit of something else. I don't know what it'll be. Here's another song built off of Poker Now lore. It is Folded a Full House.
I played it tight, like the books all say. Laid down queens just the other day. Did the math, felt real mature. Didn't trust that board, I was feeling sure. Then she showed Jack 5, hit a boat by fluke, and I died a little inside, sipping warm kombucha. I folded a full house, Lord help me now. Was trying to be jams like a TV show. I tank and fold, say nice hand, real kind. He flips over 6 high like he lost his mind. He says, I had a blocker, then orders a Coke, and I question my career and all of my hopes. I folded a full house, I let it go. They shove with there and still steal the show. Every red I make is painfully right, but poker gods ghosted me out of spite. I study the charts, I play like a pro. They're eating hot dogs and winning the dough. One guy said, I don't even know how to play, then turned quads and skipped away. I'm dreaming of bingo, where the rules make sense, cause this table's a circus and I'm on the fence. I folded a full house, can't sleep at night. They're raising with Uno cards out of spite. I'm begging the dealer to just deal me out, while Chad goes all in with the mustard stain shout. So next time I see it, I might just call, even if the board's paired with 4 overcards and a flush draw.
This one's for the grinders, the ghosts of bankrolls past, and everyone who's ever lost to a guy named Ricky, holding 6-9 offsuit on a prayer.
I had the nuts on the turn, felt like a king, counting my chips, hearing the angels sing. He called my shove like he couldn't care less, said let's see what happens, oh no this fucking ass. Board paired the river, my soul took a hit. He slow rolled me quads while eating Cool Ranch chips. Down by the river of tears, where dreams drown deep and luck disappears. These stupid fuckers floating down the river, sitting on the toilet and then they flush. I played it right, but fate interferes, now I'm floating alone on a river of tears. Another day, another dollar lost. Flopped a straight thought, I'll show him who's boss. He called with 2 pair, weak as can be, then the board paired up naturally. He fist bumped the guy in a Scooby-Doo hat, while I stared at the felt flat on my back. Down by the river of tears, where dreams drown deep and love disappears. These stupid fuckers floating down the river, sitting on the toilet and then they flush. I played it right, but fate interferes, now I'm floating alone on a river of tears. I once believed in math, in discipline, in range, but now I believe in bad beats and emotional change. They say variance, I say witchcraft. They say don't tilt, I say laugh on my behalf.
cashed out my chips, walked into the night, past the neon sign and the soda Sprite light. My bankroll's gone, but my soul remains, scarred by maniacs and psychic pains. If you see me wandering with hollow eyes, just know the river's where my sanity lies. Down by the river of tears, where straits get cracked and you face your fears. It's not just the cards, it's the pain of the peers who hit runner, and then cheers. Yeah, I'll see you again. On that river of tears.
Well, there we go. There's our leaderboard. And isn't that just a true story for every poker player out there? The River of Tears. Every poker player has experienced that one, I think, at any one given time, especially when you're playing any kind of free poker online, for sure. There's our leaderboard. Four King Ace Hole taking in the top spot so far. Not much of a span between all of the players. Everybody playing tight, playing strong, playing responsible, believe it or not. No donk playing going on here. No knockouts yet. Everybody is still strong in this game. Boss actually just went into the top spot there, as you just saw. With Four King Ace Hole in second. Invix, also known as Indigo, in third. NPC fourth. Day, one of the challengers, sitting fifth. Jam Rock and Roll, whoever that is, in seventh. Sorry, dude. Don't know what that name is. Don't have time to look it up either. Pardon me. Freakchild heading in 8th. Dan 9th. Molly in 10th. And Lexappeal squeaking into the graphic there in 11th place. As we see another shift of Four King Ace Hole going down to 4th. Just in that quick, short amount of time. It's what they call the swings with poker. It can go up and down very quickly. Of course, everything's so tight right now, you lose 2 chips and you could be moving up and down that board right now. So we're still early in the game for sure. As we take a peek at all of our tables going on here. Where were we at that? We were at table 1. Let's go back to table 2. Or were we at table 2? No, we were at table 1. So much going on. I don't know what to do. Boss Molly Mary coming in, limping in at the 200, 400 blind mark. Blinds have started going up a little bit more, a little bit bigger than they did at the first part of this game about 45 minutes ago. Everybody limping in at this point, which means calling the minimum bet, 400. As, well, I don't know what the hell just happened there. I looked away to look at a graphic real quick, and something happened. You guys saw it. I didn't. Oh, here we go. We have an all-in from 3 for 84-13, called by Lyrialis. Lyrialis will be all-in on this one. Pocket sixes against Big Slick. And Big Slick catches the ace. And Big Slick will hold tight on that one. Lyrialis living to fight another hand. With the aces beating over the pocket sixes there. Nice one. So Lyrialis getting back up to pretty much starting point, knocking 3 down by quite a bit. On that one, 3 will now be down 4,300 about. Invix going for 1,200 on this one, which will be enough to get everybody out of that one. You know, quiet things in my headphones there for a minute. Lyrialis going 700. Molly Mary will head out of the way too with a 5, 8, 10 on the board, rainbowed up. Boss in the button, Molly on the small blind, Larry Alice on the big blind. Invic's going up over the top on that, doubling it up to 8. Molly will play. Larry Alice going way over the top at $3,000. Invic's, also known as Indigo, waiting to make a decision here. And that'll be enough. Larry Alice having the pocket kings there, the Cowboys, to take that one down. Go see what's going on at some of these other tables. Looks like Millie just won a hand over at table 3. Casely in the action at the moment. 2 players sitting away in the game at the moment. Freakchild and Day in the blinds, big and small. Freakchild will limp in for the extra 2. Day will check the option. 4 king ace. Hey, it's a 4 king ace on this table, table 3, with a 9 of diamonds on the turn. Both players will check. An ace of diamonds on the river. Freakchild checks it. Day checks it. Day has a pair of 4s, which will 2-pair it with aces and 4s with a king kicker. Best 5 cards win. As they pop into another hand, Freakchild on the button, Day on the small blind, Casely in the big blind this time. Flo will fold out. Millie going next. Whoever that is will go 11-20. Day will call it. Snap call by Day. And Casely out of there real quick. At least it looked like a snap call from our screen. Queen of clubs on the turn. Day checks it over to Hieroglyph. I don't know what to call you, man. And 6 of hearts on the river. Checked out by both players. Day with big slick. Pair of kings will take that one down. So another hand in the books over here at table 3. SyndicatePokerClub.com. You can check out the Syndicate, all of their rosters, their games, stats, and how to join the Syndicate and become part of the action. Daily, weekly, tournament series, Player of the Year awards, you name it, they're doing it. SyndicatePokerClub.com. And it looks like our graphics just got stuck a little bit there, so we will clean those up in just a minute. As we head over to, what do we got going on what table here? Let's go take a look at, well, we're down to 2 tables now, as we just got knocked out. So we will go take a peek at table 1 and keep an eye on that as everybody has moved down to 2 tables now. So now over here at table 1, we will have Daniel Biscuit, Leary Alice, Invix, Indigo, Lex Appeal, wanting to be Casey Lynn Mills. Yui is offline and away. Jammer's out. 4 King Ace hole folds it out. NPC folds it out. Daniel to go for 2. Leary Alice on the option checks it. 5 Ace 8. Daniel goes 4. And 7 of spades comes out on the river. And that bet will be enough to get Larry Alice out of there. Daniel will take it down and not let us know what it was for whatever reason. So table 1, table 3 now currently active. As we are down to 2 tables here on the Syndicate's Open House free roll poker tournament on PokerNow.club. And we will go check out table 3, what's going on over there with Dave Freakchild. Boss has joined that table along with Molly Mary. And the Syndicate always plays for free, but always plays for real. They try to take everything as serious as you do with Monopoly. You always try to play your best to win the game in most board games, right? But you're not playing for anything real. Well, that's the case with the Syndicate. They may not be playing for any kind of money, but they are always playing it as if it were real. Because the way you play poker and get better at it is to continue to play better and better and better, and the more you play, the better you can become. Practice makes perfect. I don't know what that was. I just babbled for a minute, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it didn't make any sense to you either, because now I really want you to scratch your heads. 8-9, ace on the board. Casely folds it out. Molly Mary folding out. Boss in the hot seat. Will fold it out. Freakchild will call Dave's bet with a 2 of clubs coming on the turn. Freakchild checking it over to Day. Day going 2100. Freakchild calls it. Freakchild checking it, and both players having the ace, but Day having the ace-9 for 2 pair. Freakchild on a nut flush draw, but it did not come. It's a sad day for the Freakchild to get lost, or to lose that way, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what we're saying. It is the Syndicate playing on Poker Now, broadcasting live on YouTube as we go over to table 1. Daniel Biscuit. We just caught him throwing his thing up. Somebody's got Donald Trump up as an avatar now over here at table 1. Who is that? That's Lex Appeal. Changed from Casey Lynn Mills over to Donald Trump. Sorry, dude, that is not an improvement. The other direction would have been an improvement there. as we watch the action here. Where are we at? 1800 to go. Forking ace will call it. $22.50 from Daniel with the 6-3 ace on the board. And that'll be enough to get Forking Ace Hole out of there. And we will sort of cover up Donald Trump there a little bit. Day in the lead now. Sitting with about 10 grand over Forking Ace Hole right now. So Day is currently your chip leader. Forking Ace Hole in second. Lex Appeal sitting third. Flo in fourth. Challengers coming out of the woodwork and getting up on the top of that leaderboard. So everything looking real good. NPC in there. So our challengers are faring pretty well tonight as we continue to watch table 1. Apparently Daniel's having trouble with everybody taking longer at the table with another avatar change. One of the little perks of being a plus member with PokerNow.club is you can have personalized avatars that you can use in-game. Other features that they have over at PokerNow.club is video chat on these tables as well as audio chat. Doesn't look like anybody's got it on this table. We'll take a peek over here. Actually, while they're in the middle of that, we'll take a peek at table 3. Yeah, nobody's got any audio or video going on table 3. But you can have video and audio chat going on with your poker games while you play as well. And that all comes with the free part of PokerNow.club. Our chip leader will go with Casely going all in, ace-10, taking down the ace-8 kicker situation on that one as Casely goes down on hand number God knows what. Over here on table 3. And let's see. What do we have going on here? A 6-deuce ace. Sorry, 6-deuce ace. 6-deuce 8. 2 hearts on the board. It looks like they will be removing a player from table 1. Yui will be being removed from the table, so that'll be another player taken out of the tournament. Quite a nasty board we got sitting here on table 3. Couple of 2s, a 3, a 6, and an 8. Flow in the action at the moment. And Flo has timed out and will check over to Day, who is our chip leader. Day will go 1,200. And Flo will fold out with Day having trip 8s, actually a full house, 8s over deuces on that one. There we go. We got 2 tables right now. They will end up filtering down when we have 8 players left to 1 table left. And we will see who ends up taking the Syndicate Open House 2 title, as well as possibly getting invites to the Syndicate's 2 different clubs. They also have an under club called the Assembly, where players kind of train up. The Syndicate players sitting on the leaderboard, quite a few of them. The top 70, which you'll find at PokerNow.club's top 70 sit and go players on the sit and go pages. Guys, there you go, guys. You finally got to see Lex Appeal's avatar do its funny little thing with Casey Lynn Mills. Dealy Bob, the animated avatar. Special avatars you can buy at PokerNow.club. I'll take a peek at what's going on again over at table 3. Daniel changing his avatar, speak of the devil, once again. King 5-7 on the board. Deuce of spades comes on the turn. Boss going a heavy 8,600. Flo will go out. Boss with trip 7s. Pocket 7s will trip up there. 400, 800 on the blinds now. As we go to whoever that is. Once again, don't know how to pronounce a language I'm not familiar with. Freakchild taking his sweet time, folding out finally. Day limping in for 800. Boss makes the extra 4. Daniel checks it with a 4-deuce-6. On the board, Daniel going 24 days out. Boss thinking about it. And Boss will fold it out. Daniel not showing what he had. Why does everybody have to sit on that side of the screen, I'd like to know. As we take a peek at our leaderboard, Day still sitting with a nice lead in first place over Four King Ace Hole, followed by Lux Peel Boss, Daniel Biscuit, Larry Alice. Flo still hanging in there in 8th. Jam Rock and Roll. Freakchild, I think that is, sitting there in 11th at the moment. As our challengers at the Syndicate Open House are making the grade. That's for sure. 8-deuce-jack. 2 hearts on that board. Freakchild checks it over to Boss. Boss goes $2,000. Freakchild folds that one out. Boss with a pair of aces, ace kicker. Freakchild on the small blind, Day in the big. Boss going 8. Freakchild will not go the extra 4. Day will check the option. Jack 6-8. Both players check it. 9 of hearts comes on the turn. Day and we've just been corrected, as you saw live on the thing there. I guess our eyes are not as good here in the booth right now as we think they are. It's D-O-Y. D-O-Y. I'm not sure how it... Doy? I can't do that. I don't know if I can do that. I feel really bad if I do that. So, did he give us a pronunciation? With an O. We'll just call you the D-Man. How about that? Apparently, the table is watching the stream. They will keep us in check. See, everybody's kept in check with the Syndicate. Absolutely. Oh, we did say it right, apparently. It is Doy. I would assume that that's not English because I feel really bad saying it that way. Because that's actually kind of an insult in the English language. Doy, no doy. Like no duh. But anyway. We'll let it go for now. I don't mean to make fun of you there, buddy. But thanks for watching the live stream as you play. And thank you for joining the Syndicate's Open House. Live here on YouTube. Being played at PokerNow.club. Freakchild in the action. And we will be swinging back over to table 1 here momentarily after we see what's going on with this all-in that goes nowhere. Pretty much stealing the blinds there. We may have to come back sooner than later, as it looks like Freakchild is hanging on by a thread there. Take a peek at table 1. Who we got left over here? We've got NPC, Larry Alice. It's actually Indigo. That's Inix. I can't even say it. We've been talking so long straight. See? English. It's not a language. It's just babble. NBC taking that one down. Lex Appeal on the big blind or small blind. Jam, rock, and roll on the big blind. NPC will limp in for the extra 800. Lex Appeal will not take the extra 4. Jam, rock, and roll. On the option. Jack 10 Queen. A lot of red out there, but only 2 of those are hearts. The only suit I think that you can actually say the color of it all at once and not feel like you're saying something racist. Yeah, I just said that. This is the Syndicate, by the way, the Syndicate broadcast. In no way, shape, or form endorsed by PokerNow.club. Or Rio Gaming, for that matter. Lex Appeal will limp in for the extra 8, or go for the 8. Jam, rock, and roll not taking the extra 4. 4 King Ace hole will check the option. 4 Jack Jack. 2 hearts. What's a Jack for? Call that the flat tire. There's a 10 and a 5 of diamonds. Both players, well, I thought they were both checking. 800 from Lex will be called by Acer. He will take it with the 2 pair of Jacks and 5s. His 5 has held up. And we will take a peek at what both tables are doing right here for a minute. And we've got some action going on over here at table 3. Flow all in. Will not survive against Doi, sorry, did it again. As Doi will take that one down and continue with the massive chip lead, taking Flow out, one of the other challengers to the Syndicate, and taking, what is that, about, can't read that, that's a little small for our eyes here in the booth, but about a 10, still a 10 grand lead over the second place position with Boss. Watch, we're pronouncing that one wrong too. It's Bose or Baus. It'll be some sort of German shit. King 8. Wow, we got a Royal Possible on the board here. Coming in with 6 grand. Daniel. Boss says no. Boss shows the ace for the pair of aces, so no Royal was sitting out there with those 2. And Freakchild looks like he's making a punt for 1840 going all in pre-flop. 2 callers so far. 2 jacks and a 9, 2 hearts on the board. Both players check it out, checking it down. Doi. See, I said it right this time. Doi. Checks it. And another heart, ace of hearts, comes on the river. Checked by Daniel. And every player in this hand sucks because the board was better than all 3 of them. The board ended up playing. Now, that's a rare moment that does happen in poker in which the board actually is better than the 5 cards on the board are actually better than all of the players' hands being added into that. So you don't see it often, but it does happen, and you just got to witness it here on Open House on table 3. As the cards themselves were better than the players. Looks like Freakchild's going to take another punt at this, all in. He was sitting in the blind anyway. Queen 9-8. Doi and Daniel still at it. Daniel will actually raise it up, take Doi out of there. King 5 for Freakchild. King Queen. And I think 5 was about all that was going to do Freakchild's hopes and dreams there. Freakchild take that one out. Daniel Biscuit making the grade with a pair of queens on that one. So Freakchild headed out in 10th place. We're down to 9 players. We're about to go down to the final table here on the Syndicate Open House.
Being played at PokerNow.club, broadcast live here on YouTube. Nowhere else. Because Twitch sucks. Table 1, what's going on over there? Let's take a peek. We got an all-in from Larry Alice. Pre-flop. And Lux Appeal is either off in the restroom or just really slow. NPC going next. At least nobody at this table knows I'm pronouncing names wrong, I don't think. Or they might. And that'll take that down. Well, before we get any closer to the final table, the Syndicate, though taking themselves seriously, also have a hell of a lot of fun. And they have a upcoming bounty series that is just crazy as hell. And let's give you guys a peek at what that is with this little ad. Or that's not an ad. What is that? I have no idea what the hell that is. See, not everything goes according to plan. Here it is.
I don't need no chips, I just need your flair. Freak child's coffee, now it's my kind of affair. Acer lit a smoke, blinked once then sighed. That priceless lighter, baby, it's been chase-ified. You're here for the blinds, I'm here for the buzz. Like a glittered up raccoon with a god complex. Just because. Catch me if you can, Syndicate Elite. Your roster's full of killers, but I'm light on my feet. I don't play a hand, but your table's been pranked. I'm the klepto kingpin, and you are my bank. Millie Porter wine, turned once it's gone. She suspects the dealer, but that read is so wrong. You built a fortress of cold calculation.
All right, we are down to our final table. As Boss Doy Daniel joined table 1 for our final table. This is it. This is all she wrote. So we got Jam Rock and Roll, 4 King Ace Hole, NPC, Boss, Leary Alice, Doy, Daniel Biscuit, and Lux Appeal, all sitting here. Doy being the only challenger who has survived the Syndicate Open House at this time. Had to take down the mic there for a brief moment. We didn't want to bore you with the same old song again. Anyway, what the hell is it? Oh, the game we were doing. That's what it was. We were telling you about Where's Chase, a Syndicate bounty series that the Syndicate has coming up here in September, in which there's a little character that'll be hidden within the table. And if you can find him, you end up getting extra bonus points towards your final score for the game to be the winner. But you got to be careful, because if you're hiding Chase, he will take points away from you, as well as just standard bounty rules. But on top of that, the blinds go up and down and left and right in all sorts of different directions. So join the Syndicate, and you guys will find out more about that game series coming up in September. The Syndicate having a whole bunch of different game series going on beyond just this open house game tonight. They also have one called Secret Bounty, which is a little similar to the one we just explained. Just a hidden bounty. One of them's got a price on their head, but nobody knows until the end of the game. As well as an Omaha series, which is getting ready to wrap up here pretty soon. That's actually, that's tomorrow night. I believe they play game 5 of that 8-game series. And then one that will be wrapping up here in about 2 weeks that happens on the overnight shift, if you will, in the U.S. That one's about to wrap up pretty soon, too. And then the Underling Club. Underling Club? Is that a word? The Underclub, the assembly of the Syndicate, on Thursday mornings has their game, as well as they also have a new series coming up here shortly as well called The Crucible. But you can join either club, the Syndicate or the assembly. The assembly more for players who need coaching, and the Syndicate more elite. More hardcore, as it were. Yeah, for those of you that are not quite able to follow the table chips here all that well sometimes. Here's your actual leaderboard. Daniel is actually sitting as your chip lead over Doy. See, I said it right again. Hey, look at me. Over Boss. Jam Rock and Roll sitting 4th. Leary Alice 5th. Working Ace Hole 6th. Lex Appeal bringing up 7th. NPC standing on the clip. Currently in last place in 8th position. You can always play for free over at PokerNow.club, where these games take place. PokerNow.club, all free, all online. Build a club, build a table, get Casey Lynn Mills avatars, all sorts of good stuff. Well, the Casey Lynn Mills avatars aren't free, but you know what I mean. Or do you? But you can play poker for free, all sorts of different types of games, ring games, sit-and-go tournaments. They do host free roll tournaments, just like this one from time to time that you can check out. They have some pretty decent prizes. What is it? All Elite Wrestling, AEW, the wrestling AEW, All Elite Wrestling, I think is what it is. They come in and play. The actual wrestlers come and play with Casey Lynn Mills on some of their free rolls. You can check out those over at PokerNow's YouTube channel as well. Just look up PokerNow. We don't have a link to that anywhere here, but if you're on our stream, I'm sure you'll be able to get linked up to it somehow, because you're probably watching some sort of other poker beyond us. So, Jack 10 Deuce, little Doyle action on the board. 10 Deuce of clubs. NPC going all in, and nobody wanting to give the take on that one. Blinds currently at 600, 1200. Doi going 12, or calling the 12, limping in at this point. Believe it or not, 1200 is just limping in. Lex Appeal, too busy staring at Casey Lynn Mills. Forking Hazel will say no thanks to the extra 600. 8-5 king. Another 8 comes on the board. We got 2 hearts sitting out there now. 1200 from Doi. See, ooh, I caught myself. Doi, 1200 will be enough. And that will be a no-show. NPC in the small blind. Boss in the big blind. Some of our syndicate players left over. Hey, the leftovers of the syndicate. Damn leftovers, scrape them off of the damn table. Daniel will take that one down. Sorry, I just lost myself. I haven't done that voice in about 1,000,000 years. Anyway, we were going to get to this. Forking Acehole, who is currently the Syndicate's overall #1 player. At whatever point this graphic was made, he was 9th overall in he was 9th in Season 5, PokerNow's sit and go rankings. Most annoyed by Lucky Fucks, comes out of Los Angeles. He's old, but he actually prefers the Omaha and mixed games. He does like Omaha high and low because he goes high. Sometimes he's low. And sometimes he's a little bit in between. It's like the Grand Old Duke of York. Because when you're up, you're up. And when you're down, you're down. And when you're only halfway up, nobody knows what the hell you're doing. 2 9s on the board. Everybody's checking around on this one. Boy, if that ain't ugly for a straight. Everybody's still checking it out. And NPC will take that one. No straight to be seen. With 2 pair. Pocket 4's holding up there. Blinds have just gone up now to 700, 1,400. As we move on to this final table of 3 tables, 19 participants in tonight's game. Daniel currently sitting with the chip lead. Boss in second. Toy has moved down to 4. Jammer's up in 3rd. Lex Appeal now down in the basement. As you see some of your bottom finishers there in 9th and 10th. Graphics going a little goofy on us here. The boards are getting worn out, man. 1,400 to go for Doi. He's out. Watch, I probably screwed that up too. Two 8 of spades with an ace of diamonds and a 7 of diamonds. Sorry, I'm trying not to just hysterically laugh in the microphone here, gang. 5 of clubs comes on the river, whatever the hell that thing is. Lex will check it over to Jammer. Jammer will check it down. Yes, NPC, I can see the in-game chat. Why do you ask? There goes Lex Appeal with his animated Casey Lynn Mills avatar. Premium thing you can get over at PokerNow.club. 4,200 from MPC. Doyle call it. Lex says no. Jammer's out. Queen of hearts. 8-7 of spades. 42 from NBC. 42 to go for Doy. He will call it. Another spade in the form of a 5. 53-10. NPC going all in. Called. NPC with the lead. 75% to win. And will hold on with the extra queen to make the trips. Against Doy's Jack King. Interesting call by Doy. Not sure if Doy thought that was a bluff or what was going on there. Very interesting call. Boss folding out. Leary Alice out of there. Doy limping in for the 14. Daniel, the avatar man, going 63, and that'll be enough to get everybody out of there and take some blinds with him. And then some. Quick hands going on here. $7,000 from Leary Alice, going heavy duty on that one. Lex Appeal thinking about it. The Syndicate, by the way, has its own referee, Poker Cat. Season 5, scored a meow. Loves chip chasing. Comes out of the litter box at 9 years old. Did not beg for treats during one whole game one time. The official referee of the poker games here at the Syndicate Poker Club, Poker Cat. Taking down one chase at a time. King 10-3, we got Leary Alice all in. She will take this one for sure with the trip 10s on the flop against Big Slick. Anybody ask, well, wouldn't 3 kings have won too if a king came? No, it wouldn't, because I would have given Leary Alice the full house or the boat. So even though it would have given Daniel the 3 of a kind kings, it would have been bigger. It actually would have given Leary Alice a boat, because there would have been a pair of kings on the board. Big confusion that goes on for a lot of people out there. Boss going 14. We really should be watching the broadcast monitor a little bit closer. 3 spades out there on that board. And a straight sitting out there. But what do we have? Just a pair of 8s. Biggest misnomer about poker. Oh, it's so exciting. Not always. Oh, there's always such big hands when it's ace, king, or pocket 8. No, not really. Not all the time. That's just what they show you on TV, folks. If you stayed with us this long, you see how an actual full-on poker game goes. The only thing that makes it entertaining is my voice, because it's making you want to shoot your whatever device you're watching me on. Probably pouring wax in your ears for a change. Plug it up. I don't want to hear this guy's voice anymore. Get it out of here. 4 hearts comes on the turn. Boss going 28. Daniel says, no thanks. Boss hanging on again. At the pair of kings. See where our actual leaderboard is at now. Leary Alice now has jumped up into first. Boss, second. NPC sitting third. Doy still holding in fifth. Doi is the last of the challengers hanging in the game, but still with a chance. A lot of chips. But Doi actually, speak of the devil, going all in. Jammer calling that one with Big Slick over ace-6. This one's going, well, it's not really much of a race now. And that will do it. That will take Doi out as the final challenger who survived through to the final table against the Syndicate. And that will put Jammer right underneath Lyrialis for second place, taking Doi out in 8th place. And not a bad showing at all. Not a bad showing at all. Out of 19 players that got into the game tonight. So congratulations to Doi for making it to the final table, hanging on for that 8th spot. Well fought and well played, for sure. Well, the Syndicate will get back to its normal horse shit. As the blinds go up to 800, 1600. Nine, 5 of diamonds and a queen. $32 from Acer. Daniel's out. Lex going up over the top on that one. And that will be all in for with the king queen over pocket sevens. And that will take a huge dent out of forking ace hole. As Lex Appeal gets a little more traction coming up on Jammer and Lyrialis and the rest of the gang at this point. Everybody limping in at this point. Daniel's out of there, though. 800 to go for Lex. Six, 10 of hearts, 4 of diamonds on our measly flop. NPC 4,800 over to Boss. 4,800 to go. Out. Lyrialis. Everybody's out of there. NPC takes down a few more chips with the ace of hearts showing. Hanging out for Boss. Boss, one of the Syndicate players. One of the original Syndicate players, actually. Been there pretty much from the start. Comes from Third Rock from the Sun. Refuses to divulge her age. She's annoyed by the player Biggie Large of the Syndicate. Currently sitting Syndicate 8th overall with the Syndicate. And loves a little bit of Texas Hold'em. Boss, well known in the world of music for no reason. And actually was a former child TV star, believe it or not. We're not going to tell you who. That's for you to figure out. 2,400, 4,800 over the top for Lyrialis. Boss will call it. 7 of clubs. Boss checking it. 16 from Lear. Lyrialis will take that with the 2 pair, aces and tens. Got about 3.5 minutes left of these blinds before they go up to 900, 1,800. Boss making a big move, 4,100. 41 to go for Dan. He's out. Lex doesn't want to flex. Jams out. And 4 King Ace Hole says, here's his Hail Mary. He's going to make the punt. Still not out of it yet. Oh, now it's looking bleak. And those pocket nines are going to hold as 4 King Ace Hole will take 7th in Open House 2 with the Syndicate. Playing live at PokerNow.club. This is a live stream. This is not recorded, by the way. That's how I'm able to tell these guys and respond to them. We see it as we're calling the games. So if they're watching, oh, hey, freak, say my name. What's your name? Everybody know that one? What's your name, Tony? Fuck you, Tony. Well, that was an exciting hand. I just realized my arm's been on my coffee cup and now I can't feel anything. 16 to go for Lex. No go for him. Her, it. Lex, what are you? A cat? You're always showing Casey Lynn Mills. You're confusing everybody. $4,000 from Boss. Leary Alice. Says the hell with that. Jammer in the hot seat. And of course, in the spirit of the upcoming series that's going to be happening, we'll be playing this song for you here in a second. Pocket threes will boat up on the river. Threes over deuces for Boss. Taking out Daniel Biscuit in 6th place. Another well-fought game. We don't see a lot of Daniel Biscuit in the games, but definitely a valued Syndicate member for sure. And we will be right back on the mic. We'll give you a little chase action. Oh, by the way, this one also is based off of a true story that happened one night in one of the sit and go games on PokerNow.club. Free poker with friends.
Triple espresso and a Mountain Dew chaser. Heart's racing like I'm dodging a laser. Over caffeinated and not drunk at all. No whiskey haze, just a caffeine brawl. Nerves on fire, but my screen is cold. This online hell's where my soul gets sold. And what I do in Mexico stays in Mexico. Sober as a monk in a poker trap. Reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argue with the cat, the game got tense. I wanna know where Chase went. He goes in mid-hand, just fucking left. Last I saw, he shoved with queen 5 off. Now he's in my ass. Wait, I'm in Miami. I'm talking nonsense. I'm losing the plot. I called a raise with what I thought was a lot. Turns out it was a napkin and a fork. Guess I'm playing poker on a caffeine torque. The group chat's roasting, they think I'm dead. I'm Googling if caffeine fries your head. Where's Chase? Who knows? He's free and 10. While I'm here crying over rubber bands. Where the fuck is Chase with Aces later? Sober as a monk in a poker trap. Reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argue with the cat and the game got tense. I wanna know a poker trap, reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. Let's go! Sober as a monk in a poker trap, reading the board while losing my crap. Nothing I'm saying is making much sense. I argued with the cat in the game, hot tense. I wanna know where Chase went. He goes to mid-hand, just fucking left. Last I saw, he shoved with queen 5 off. Now he's in my ass. Wait, I meant Miami.
And what the sad thing about that song is that was a true story of what actually happened in the chat room the night that Chase actually became a character with the Syndicate. Chase does not actually exist, but he existed that night. And he stole Ace's lighter. Little bastard. Anyway, the Syndicate Open House 2. Syndicate Poker Club opening their doors and letting everybody into the back rooms and come play some poker with them. While that song was playing, we lost Lex. Lex Appeal is out of the game. And that leaves our leaderboard with Larry Alice in first, NPC taking up second, Jammer third, Boss in fourth. Lex Appeal going out fifth. Well, Jammer's now in fourth. Daniel going out sixth, seventh for Forking Ace-Hole. Doy in eighth, one of the challengers. Another challenger, I can't pronounce that name of, ninth. Freechild finished out in 10th. And in 11th, that was actually Indigo. Under an assumed name. A lot like Marta. We'll never know. It's shrouded in mystery. The Open House Top 10 leaderboard. As the game continues right here on PokerNow.club, live. And being streamed live right here on YouTube. On the PokerNow channel. PokerNow on... Wait, no. The Syndicate on PokerNow. How does it go? I don't remember. And PokerNow has their channel. Go watch some other stuff with wrestlers and Sethi and who's the other guy? Ace Jack 10, or sorry, Ace Jack Queen of spades and a 10 of clubs and another 10 to finish it out. This could get ugly between the two of them. Larry Alice and NPC. Larry Alice making the big move to take NPC all in. He will take the bait. Larry Alice with the flush, with the 7 deuce. Now, if this was a 7 deuce bounty, that was a bold move. Bold move by Larry Alice. But that will take NPC out in fourth. With a long fought battle. One thing you'll notice for those of you that watch the entire stream and watch the games as we slip back and forth between the different tables. No donk playing happened tonight. No all-ins off the bat, no goofy shit. The Syndicate plays for real. They play for free, but they play for real. And even the challengers tonight showed that they're here to play for real as well. Nobody just donking out with ridiculous hands, going all in for no reason whatsoever. So here we are, top 3, Boss, Larry Alice, Jam, Rock and Roll. Jam, Rock and Roll. Enjoying lunchtime probably. Actually, it might be a little later than lunchtime where Jam, Rock and Roll is from. Jammer comes from Australia, 68 years old. Currently sitting 13th with the Syndicate. Once got quad aces at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. Gets annoyed by lack of music because he enjoys playing guitar. But hails out of Australia. Players from all over the world in the Syndicate. Boss will take that one down with a flushie. Not much action on that one. Blinds 900, 1800. Larry Alice will go over the top and double it up. No good for Jammer. Larry Alice doubling it up again. Jammer will go this time. Boss. Must have been referring to the last hand about raising it up higher, considering she just folded. Jack King 4, rainbowed up. 10 grand from Jammer, going big. Larry Alice putting some good thought into this one. Larry Alice will go for it. Check from Jammer. 15, what is that, 15-8? That's an all-in for Jammer if he calls. 2-7 sitting on that board. It's getting tense now. Suppose we could break the silence a little bit and give you guys some table audio there. And Jammer will go out with trip sevens from Larry Alice. That was definitely a rough call there. So Jammer goes out in third. That leaves us heads up with Boss and Larry Alice. Larry Alice with a commanding chip stack over Boss right now. So this will definitely be a battle. King 7 Queen. 2 hearts out there. The computer hand, the Queen and the 7. Called the computer hand because most computer games showed that the Queen 7 hits 2 pair more times than any other hand. But then again, that was 20 years ago. Computers have evolved since back then. They actually have monitors now. Boss pushing all in. King 8 2 pair. We'll get Larry Alice to fold out of that one. The Syndicate currently in the middle of a heads-up tournament as well. 13 of the Syndicate players playing in a heads-up tournament. Or is it 14? No, it's 13 players. They go through a round robin. Everybody playing it, everybody one time heads up to seed out for playoffs, which will be a double elimination heads up playoff. So not only do they play the regular games together, they also play heads up against each other, as well as the goofy games, just like Where's Chase. Once again, you can find out more about the Syndicate at syndicatepokerclub.com. And you can also come play for free over at PokerNow.club with us. Free online poker with friends at PokerNow.club. That's .club, not .com, .club. Although I think they already have a redirect on that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't run that. I'm just a dumb comedian behind a microphone. What the hell do I know? Is this poker? Everybody thinking that one through there. And we are all in, Boss. No chance on that one. And that will do it. Larry Alice will take Open House 2. The Syndicate holding tight against the Challengers tonight, but the Challengers definitely put up a valiant and beautiful fight tonight. Larry Alice taking first, Boss second, Jammer taking third as your top 3 as they played live here on PokerNow.club, streamed live on YouTube. The Syndicate Poker Club, Open House number 2, Larry Alice, NPC. Wait, that's not correct. Why did that not update? PokerNow. How about that? Larry Alice, Boss, Jim, Rock and Roll, MPC, Lex Appeal, Daniel Biscuit, Forking Azle, Doy, whoever that is in 9th place, Freak Child rounding out at 10th, and Indigo, 11th, just barely sneaking in there. We can actually give you the full final board here real quick, or at least most of it. Flo popped out at 12th, one of the other challengers. Millie, part of the syndicate, 13th. 14th, Yui, as we were calling him, actually removed from the game. Casely actually would have taken 14th. Molly Marion, 16th. Challenger number 3 in 17th place there. And that kind of rounds out everything we can show you on screen right now. You can check everything out, though, over at the Syndicate Poker Club, syndicatepoker.com, as well as check us out over on pokernow.club. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for playing tonight on this open house game from the Syndicate. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.
The name, now come see the face. The cards are shuffled, we've set the pace. This ain't no friendly neighborhood game. This is the Syndicate, we don't play the same. They say they got skills, they say they've